The Show Me the Money on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is presented by WynnBET. WynnBET is now live in Arizona, Colorado, Indiana, Louisiana, Michigan, New Jersey, New York, Tennessee, and Virginia. The place of my raising.
Well, good for you.
Thank you. They finally got it. It
Good
hit
for
the
them.
Bible. Okay. First, from boosted same game parlays to live in-game odds, WynnBET has what you need to win. Sign up today. Bet $100 and get $100 free bet at sportsgamblingpodcast/WynnBET, Pat. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WYNNBET. State restrictions apply.
Oh, I was so impressed with you spelling the URL.
It took all of my brain power.
Yeah, that was incredible. So everyone, welcome to the Show Me the Money. We are your guide to gambling on the movies. We're your hosts. I'm Pat the Hat Stango.
I am Nick the Father Turner.
All
and
right.
Those are your hosts.
Those are your hosts.
There's always been two hosts. There's two hosts. And I don't know.
Listen, it's a long road to the Academy Awards, and sometimes hosts fall off of that road, and then the other hosts just keep going and forget to go back and get the host who fell. So
yeah, but I feel like
sometimes.
we're going to see him at some of these award shows, and we're going to wonder how he got there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, our former host will be a seat filler at various shows, so it's going to be very exciting to point at him in the crowd.
He's finally in the movies,
and maybe he'll be there. Maybe he'll be a seat filler next Tuesday. The Golden Globes.
Pat, are you telling me it started?
It's starting. We finally have a big award show just days away, and it really gives this podcast purpose, because we talk about award shows, and now we got a big one. We got one of the biggest of them all. It's making its comeback. Nick, are you excited that after a year of being relegated to tweets, that is how the Golden Globes were given out last year? They were given out over Twitter. Yeah. It's back on television, NBC, national TV, Tuesday, January 10th. It's happening.
Can I tell you also just how bad that was last year when the ceremony happened on Twitter? Because the tweets from the Academy, the official tweets for the winners, and the website that they had was that they also upload were slower than the tweets from the reporters in the room.
Yeah, that's not ideal. It's not the ideal way to have a live broadcast is. Yeah,
and it's
tweets.
And as you've been hearing for the last 5 minutes, Nicole Kidman, Best Actress.
Well, to be fair, the Golden Globes Twitter account was probably run by an unpaid intern, and those reporters.
But that was the whole show. You can't. They got their best Twitter guy out that day.
I think it's hard to compare their Twitter guy to paid professional reporters who that is what they went to school for. They went to school to learn how to tweet fast. And that poor Golden Globes intern, it just wasn't ready, but it's going to be on television. It's not going to be on Twitter. It's on a Tuesday night. So it's like the Twitter of TV nights is Tuesday night.
Okay, but even the Twitter, I do hear the Twitter is taken care of. They got at Drill.
They got him.
Yeah, they got Drill doing it. So,
but see, I feel like he's not going to actually say the winners. He's gonna have some sarcastic.
Oh yeah, this category goes to Will Smith's palm.
Yeah. So I think also that's a mistake. I think they should just do it on television like they always have. That to me, that's my suggestion for all award shows is just do it on TV. Don't do it on Twitter.
Okay. That's smart.
But yeah, it's a new Globes. That's what they're promising. They're promising a Globes that is going to be not as racist as it used to be. Not fully unracist, but less racist.
Someone who loved the old Globes, Pat.
Yes, I did.
I don't like change.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of the good stuff that the Globes people were doing was behind the scenes.
Yeah, well, they were accepting bribes, which I don't know. I never have
FIFA level.
No, not FIFA level, but like 90s NBA referee level, I would say. So
the winner for best supporting comedy actress in a TV, movie, or film. Qatar.
Yeah, remember but the big one, the famous one is Pia Zadora, got a Golden Globe in 1980.
Was that a mistake? I mean, should she not have? What's wrong with Pia Zadora? Can she not act?
I think she couldn't act, and I think in retrospect, it was like her boyfriend gave the voters watches or something. There was some kind of scandal.
What
linked
was
to
the
that
movie?
Some dance movie. I mean, this is the 80s. You know, this is it's not going to be a movie that anyone who's listening to
memorize the script in the 80s.
No. But the Globes are famously a little bit racist and a little bit corrupt.
Yeah.
But they saying they're going to be less
racist. I'm a little bit corrupt.
You know, they make it work. That's a good team. But they're saying they're going to be less so now. You know, I'll give him a chance. I wasn't also against the corruption. I'm always against the racism. Corruption, I think, is just something I could, I'm from Brooklyn. I can live with corruption.
Yeah. I mean, if there's no corruption going on, then there's no competition, and then without competition, there's no innovation. So, you got to have corruption. But this didn't just start this past year. Obviously, the people finally started to see race. Colorblind people started to see race in 2020. So, and last year they did a big move toward decolorizing the awards by not airing it. So there were no races last year.
Right. Well, television is now mostly in color. It's no longer black and white. So that's why they had to get off television for a year. They had to decolorize it, and now they're back.
Yeah. So now they're back, and I mean, they did it last year, so you don't have to ask them to do it again.
Right.
Okay. So is it time?
They gave a Golden Globes to Nicole Kidman last year, so clearly they're over whatever racial problems they ever had. But
now that meme of Brendan Fraser clapping, wasn't that at the Golden Globes, or was that at the Oscars?
Well, I don't know. I know one thing. I know one thing about Brendan Fraser and the Golden Globes. He will not be there next week. He is nominated for The Whale, but he will not attend because he says that I think he was sexually harassed by Golden Globes.
I believe voters. He was sexually assaulted.
Okay, sexually assaulted
by the president of the Golden Globes.
Got it. Listen, he didn't tell it to me.
Right, sure. There was no fire. He didn't tell the police, if the guy touched you so bad, how come the guy's not in jail?
Yeah, listen, I wasn't the police officer. I'm hearing this third hand from you, but I believe you. So he was sexually assaulted by the president of the Globes.
Of HIFPA.
Yeah, so I get why he's not going. Do you think if he wins, does he tweet a acknowledgement of the victory, or is Brendan Fraser just completely ignoring this?
If he wins, he will not mention it.
Okay.
Which is going to be so fucking cool, and that's going to be news.
Right.
And that's going to say more. If he says like, "Oh, thank you," then it's great. It's Boffo Newsweek for him. But if he says nothing, you might as well hand him the Oscar. You might as well call Bill Nye on the phone and say, get your tux unfit. I don't know.
Hey, you can still buy a tux. I mean, he might have like a funeral to go to. He's pretty old. I have a feeling
Bill Nye's gonna get a freebie.
Yeah, someone's gonna dress Bill Nye. If there's one thing I could say about this award season, there will be a person who dresses Bill Nye. Someone will do it,
and it's gonna be Harry Styles stylist, and it's
that would be nice.
It's going to be a skirt.
Oh, listen, he's not gonna win an award, so he should get his award on the red carpet. He should wear a dress.
Yeah, for sure. Actually, someone should give him an Oscar on the red carpet.
Oh, that would be nice. That would be sweet. Yeah, that would be
for
sweet.
the people who don't win, don't make them sit there. Give them a little Oscar
Yeah.
on the red carpet and let them leave.
Yeah, especially Bill Nye. I'm not saying he doesn't know where he is, but he's an older guy. I think you could give him an Oscar on the red carpet.
No, he's not the father.
No, Hugh Jackman is the no. Of course, Anthony Hopkins is
son.
the father. Hugh Jackman's the son. Glenn Close is the wife. Of course, we have to get the family straight. But as far as Brendan Fraser, if he doesn't attend on Tuesday, which I take him at his word, he won't be there, and he wins and doesn't acknowledge it, we talk on this show a lot about how these speeches and the precursors really could be what determines whether you win an Academy Award. And that would be the best speech Brendan Fraser could give, is to win this Golden Globes and say nothing. That
Get
would
your
be
hand out my pocket. That's what I should say to the HIPAA
guy. I feel like that wouldn't be the way to go, is to do that accent. I don't know if he should do that. I think your original idea of him saying nothing is probably the way for him to go.
Okay. All right. I only have one good idea.
So
I should stop talking.
While we're still talking about the changes that the Globes made, you sent me this great LA Times article about all of the changes that the Globes have made to their voting body. Because the Globes were famously this weird organization of like 80 foreign reporters who basically determined the second biggest awards in Hollywood. And no one really knew who they were. They weren't qualified. And they famously were taking bribes, accepting gifts from studios, were famously corrupt.
But the studios didn't get in trouble, right?
The studios don't get in trouble. What are you going to penalize?
That wasn't the studios. That was Steve.
Yeah.
The head of our studio.
Yeah. And Steve's gone.
Yeah. We fired him.
Who was Steve?
There's been 18 heads of our studio since the Globes.
Yeah.
Stop calling.
What are you going to punish? Disney? Come on.
Hey, can I tell you that Pia Zadora won Best New Star at whatever it was. I don't know. They won't just fucking tell me. Butterfly. No, that's Bridget Bardot. I don't know. Look, I didn't read this article beforehand. Guess
it was
what?
a farce. It's famously a farce.
She also won the Razzie that year for Worst New Actress.
Right. And the Razzies, of course, never get it wrong. But
the Razzies are an institution that doesn't just let anybody vote. You have to have $40. That, if you don't know, they changed that last year. Someone bought the Razzies or whatever. And now they made it this pay scale system, and you just pay to be a Razzies critic. Whatever.
And you could gamble on the Razzies on some of these online sites.
Oh yeah, you can gamble. You can gamble now on BetUS.
And you could also pay to have a say in who wins those awards that you could gamble on.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a structural problem there. But listen, I'm not here to fix the Razzies.
I really think we should honestly organize something like that where we get, whatever, 10 grand. We get all our listeners to form a voting block.
Yeah.
And then the Razzie is fucking Tom Hanks every year. No.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'll go with that just because he's a big name.
Not because of Elvis, just because he's the best.
Right. Got it. So do the anti-Razzies by giving it to someone who's great.
Don't piss on someone who's full of piss.
Right. I think that's great. And then we just also at the same time bet $1 million on that result that we control. And then
for sure. And as we all know, $1 million bets, you can make them on any website on earth.
Oh yeah. Especially these offshore websites that take entertainment prop bets.
Okay, so the HFPA, Hollywood Foreign Press Association, sold the Golden Globes.
Okay.
It's no longer run by them.
Okay.
It's run by, and I will not tell you his actual name because he's just some VC piece of shit. He owns Chelsea now. The soccer team, football club. Yeah.
Okay.
And he got it from that oligarch. So he has what an oligarch has. You know, that's who this guy. But he's not oligarch. He's anyway. We saw the picture in the LA Times. Go look up the article. He looks like Fat Sam Neill.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's who he is. He's Fat Sam Neill.
Yeah.
Okay. That's just so long as we can get that out of the way.
Yeah. And Sam Neill himself has stayed in shape.
Sam Neill obviously was in a very big movie this year.
Yeah, so he's looking great.
We all know what he looks like. He looks fucking incredible.
But the guy who owns the Globes looks like Fat Sam Neill. Yeah.
So he's implemented some changes. Now, as we all know, there was about 100 Golden Globes voters every year. Mm-hmm. That's how many there are. Mm-hmm. And so that 100-person group is now one tier, the top tier of two tiers. And that group is now paid $75,000 a year to be a Golden Globes, I guess, advocate throughout the year. I'm not exactly sure what all their duties are.
I think they just have to vote.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it's not like they're making the rounds on the talk shows.
But
it's
why
not
do
like
they need to pay them? Like, who would turn it down if it's just voting?
So here's what I could gather from reading about this is that a big problem with the Globes in the past was the voters were these reporters who were not making a ton of money elsewhere in their life.
Oh, and they were because I work for fucking Brazil.net.news.
Exactly. Which, God bless them. I've heard it's a great site and they're doing important work, but I don't think Brazil.net.news pays a lot. So then you've got all these reporters who are not getting paid a lot. And then you get these studios and these publicists and whoever who want their stars to win. So they send them watches and they send them really nice shoes and they send them really nice $100 bills or whatever other gifts they give them to sway the vote. And then those reporters are susceptible to being swayed by gifts.
Well,
but now you pay
they had to change it because nobody wears watches anymore.
Right. Well, then now
how do we get paid?
Right.
Yeah.
And then all these studios just have all these extra watches that they can't move, and it's a huge problem. But
yeah,
I think the idea is now they pay these reporters $75,000 to be paid voters, and once you get $75,000 a year, of course you don't need anything else.
Yeah,
other than that.
As we've learned from society, is that if you make a lot of money, you're good.
Yes.
You are good for a while because I mean you have so much money.
Yes, and $75,000, of course, is the level at which you do not need anything else ever again. So I think they've solved this problem. These reporters are getting paid $75,000. It'll be impossible to bribe them. You cannot bribe a man who makes $75,000 a year. It is impossible.
Pat, this is your opinion, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is my opinion, yes.
Okay. This isn't part of the article.
No.
It was kind of left to interpretation in the article. Is that correct?
It was, but I feel like my interpretations are usually accurate in every facet
of course,
you're
the smartest man alive. I've always said that.
Yeah.
So that's not the only change. Okay, so that's not the only tier. I mean, so the second tier, there's a second tier now. So in addition to the 100 main voters, there is a lower tier of 200 new lower voters.
Okay, I love this.
And they are not paid anything.
Yeah.
So now, if you've been bribing the people with watches, obviously you don't need to bribe the $75,000 people because they're good.
They're good. They have all the money.
You need twice as many watches now.
Right.
And it might not even work.
Right. It sucks. It's such an incredible they've doubled their problem because all they did is just introduce twice as many voters who are now susceptible to being to fraud. You're just introducing twice as many voters who will have their hands out just begging for their votes to be bought.
It's also so funny he also bought the biggest soccer team in the world. He basically bought the Yankees of the world. And why did he enter into the two most corrupt systems that exist. Why were those just two big purchases?
Do you think that there will be an appearance by the Chelsea soccer team at the Globes? You know, like the Globes, they famously, these award shows open with dance numbers. And
yeah.
So you open the show with them kicking the soccer ball around the stage.
Yeah.
And, you know, Jack Nicholson comes out.
Yeah.
And he gives it one good...
I'm hearing last minute change. It's going to be the Qatar soccer team that's going to open the Golden Globes this year.
You know, I think people are nostalgic at this point for that Qatar World Cup.
I'm surprised there's not like a Qatari movie, not, you know, that's up for on the short list for Academy Awards.
About the building of the Qatar World Cup city.
Yeah, and how fair and honest it was. Yeah.
You know what? Production time, I think that's next year's Globes. I'll have it ready for that.
Well, I'll look forward to that.
So what do you think about these changes, Nick? Do you think that these changes will make the voting of the Globes more fair, more just, more entertaining, less entertaining? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think that 100 versus 300, if it's the same type of people,
right?
I don't know what the type is though. Like, what I like there's like some seedy underworld where these people lurk. No, these are people who write for like publications you would never read around the world.
Right.
That's who they are. They're like, you know, people who want to be a journalist and are a journalist on some level.
Right.
And so it's the same. Yes, the two tiers are weird. $75,000 is weird, especially because it's not fully explained. Everything is weird. And like taking like a public thing and going private is always fucking weird. RE Twitter. So last year, you know, we learned, you know, we didn't make any money on the Golden Globes because there were no upsets.
Right.
And so it wasn't fun to like bet on the favorites. So I only know what I know. And so I'm instead of like using this information to affect my bets, I am continuing to assume the likely winner is the winner.
Okay.
And so I've been making bets on the likely winners.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think I would agree. It's too soon to tell with these new 200 people and what the $75,000 salaries for the top tier people, how that's going to affect the voting. You're probably right. It's just going to be a bigger group of the same type of Golden Globes voter. You know what? Which is great. The Golden Globes have always been nuts, and we want them to be nuts, and we want them to be a corrupt spectacle. So bring it on.
You always have to, like, with the Golden Globes, you have to understand and take into account that it's an international audience.
Right.
And like, you know, we were saying before the show about how Nicole Kidman won, and isn't that crazy? But it's like, well, it is a show that played in every country in the world, and its star was not American and had a very thick accent, and that must be very appealing. Anyway, the show I Love Lucy gets a remake with giant stars, including, you know, one of the biggest international stars there is.
Right. No, it makes sense.
I mean, that's not American. And also Nicole Kidman, who I understand she's British, as we've decided on this show. That Australians are British.
Australians are British. Irish are British. Basically, all white-ish
everyone
nations
that could work on a yacht is British. South Africans, Australians, New Zealanders, Irish, English.
Yeah. It's the way that in a World War II movie, if they're not American, the accent is British, no matter what country they're from. Yeah. I think that's the rule of thumb when it comes to foreign actors at award shows. If they're white and not American, they're British. Okay. So before we get into the...
I want to talk about where we're putting our goddamn money, because I had a wild fucking day.
How about
let's take a break?
Save that for a second. Yes. And I am going to tell us a little something that we all need to know.
This
right
is how
now.
we're spending our break?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
All right, we're on break. And here we go. Nick, WynnBET is the official online sportsbook of the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. WynnBET is active in a bunch of states, and there are tons of ways to win, including live betting and same game parlays. They got same game parlays. Unbelievable. I've been waiting for same game parlays. So reduced juice on sides and totals for all bowl games. Day of. Great promos, odds, and payouts are happening right now at WynnBET. So are you ready to play? Sign up today. That rhymes. To receive a special offer, bet $100, win $100. Now that is limited to state availability. There's so much to choose from. All you have to do is head over to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WynnBET so they know we sent you. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WYNNBET to claim your free bet today. So listen, offer subject to change. Terms and conditions at wynnbet.com. Must be 21 or older and present in the state where play through WynnBET is available. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700.
Pat, that's not the only sponsored, baby. We're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. At Underdog, the season never ends. Right now, you can play their weekly Battle Royale games or even draft your playoff best ball team, dog. They also have a ton of daily games for NBA and NHL. Plus, when you use promo code SGPN at UnderdogFantasy.com, you get a 100% deposit match up to $100. That's $100. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code SGPN. Back to the show. Break's over, dude. Get out of the break room.
I love that promo code. SGPN, short, simple, to the point. It's the call letters of the podcast network. That's what you want out of promo code. Just something simple. No trickery.
Okay, Pat.
Yes.
So, as you know, this is a don't take the bonus the podcast. That is our mantra. Don't take the bonus. I know we read these ads, but those are ads,
Right.
That's, it's a good idea for somebody, but it's not really it's not been a good idea for me. The bonus gets very confusing and mixes your money up with some jumbling up with some fake money. And if you don't make enough money, you don't get any of your money. So you've been putting in some money and making new accounts. I have old accounts. And so we've been using the promo code just amongst ourselves.
Right.
And you put some Bitcoin into BetUS today because all the lines came back.
They did.
I was Critics' Choice. They've got Grammys. They've got Academy Awards. They've got Golden Globes. They've got Spirit Awards. They've got Razzies. They got them all.
So yeah, I put my money in. While with BetUS and some of these sites, you got to just stay on top of them. And when they put up the award show or the thing you want to bet on, get in on it, because sometimes they just take them down out of nowhere and then they're gone for a while. So you got to get in when you see the thing that you want to bet on. So I made some bets today. I'll go over what I bet on for the Sunday's Golden Globes.
Okay.
So I basically tried to just bet on some underdogs that I thought had a chance. I really didn't bet on any favorites. I think before the show ends, we'll go through the nominees.
Strategies.
Yeah. Because I want to make some real money. If you bet on something that's even or you bet on the favorite.
Yeah.
What am I going to win?
My strategy was
$1.
Like, this is the first one. So I'm just trying to build my bankroll.
Okay.
So I can bet on the other ones coming up.
Right. Well, and there's also a psychological strategy and I get betting the favorite wins, because you want to get those early wins. You don't want to feel like a loser. You don't want to feel like a dope. You don't want to hate gambling, because God forbid you can't hate gambling. Gambling's the best. So get those early, easy wins to give yourself a psychological advantage. I totally get that. But I feel like I'm very psychologically strong at this part of my time in my life. I'm feeling good. So I could bet some underdogs. And if I lose, I don't think I'm going to break mentally. That's where I'm at.
The great CJ Sullivan, the gambling expert from Get Rich Nick, and also our fellow network mate here at SGPN.
Oh, hey, buddy.
He said to me on our first episode that we did for Get Rich Nick, he said the worst thing that could ever happen to a new gambler is that they win the first time. Because then they're hooked forever.
Right.
And that's not usually how it ends. And it's haunted me, those words. And they're right.
Gambling's one of those rare hobbies that it's better if you don't like it at first. And then
all right, where are you putting your money?
All right. So I put some money on, I bet a lot of stuff, but I'll throw out some interesting ones. In the best actor in a musical or comedy category, I put $5 on Ray Fiennes for The Menu. And again, he's probably not going to win, but if I win that, I get $75. And I feel like The Menu is a movie that's got a little momentum, doing well at the box office. People who know me from my other show, the BO Boys, know that I put a premium on box office, and The Menu is a surprise hit. So I put some money on him there, and he's foreign. He's British, So that's somewhere.
What's the odds for him?
I don't have that in front. He's plus 1,500.
Oh, wow.
It's tasty.
Big swing.
Yeah, it's tasty. And listen,
Colin
Farrell is the clear favorite in that category. The guy's a possible winner of the Oscar. So if you're someone who's going to win the Oscar and you're in the musical or comedy category, you're probably going to win the Globe. But I don't know. I like Ray Fiennes there. I put a couple of bucks on him. I could win 75 if that comes through. Something else that this is one I feel pretty good about is in the animated film category, Marcel the Shell with Shoes On is plus 1,000. The favorite is the Guillermo del Toro Pinocchio movie. I put $10 on that. If I win, I got $100. So
now that Guillermo del Toro Pinocchio,
yes,
one of the 5 recent Pinocchio movies.
Yes.
Why did y'all say that wasn't going to win? Was it just because of the too many movies, too many Pinocchio movies?
It is the favorite. I feel like Marcel is the one that's got a little, again, it's got some underground momentum. I think it's got actors associated with it. You've got like Jenny Slate in there.
And it's got good odds. Am I right?
It's got good odds. It's plus 1,000. The Pinocchio movie, like you said, there's been 2 Pinocchio movies this year. One of them was the Robert Zemeckis one. That is one of the worst movies of the year.
And last year there was a Roberto Benigni one.
I think that was like 15 years ago, but it feels recent. It feels like it's never stopped
15?
Playing. I think so. I think that was his follow-up to Life is Beautiful.
Confusing it with the Zemeckis. Anyway, I'm dumb. That's fine. So I took your advice for this one, and I also put a 10 bone on Marcel.
Oh, I love it. I think that aside from being a juicy underdog pick, I think when we go through, I think that's just going to win. Like that to me is the underdog that I'm most confident about right now.
Well, we'll see. Let's go, Jenny.
Did you put any money on the Golden Globes category for best director in a film?
I believe that I put some money. I have some Golden Globes money on the Daniels. But I don't know, man. Sarah Polley just seems so cold. I mean, it's just a lead weight. I don't see anything for that movie.
Yeah, I think that's a movie that so that's Women Talking. It's a movie that waited too long to come out. I
haven't seen it.
Yeah, well, the thing is, no one has really seen that movie. They really held that until the very end. It's barely played anywhere, barely anyone's seen it. So the movie that I put a little money on in the category Best Director, Baz Luhrmann, Elvis, baby. I'm riding that Elvis train.
Okay.
Plus 1,600. And again, I think this guy's going to win Best Director next Tuesday.
All right, Pat. I mean, you are throwing darts at butterflies.
Yeah, but I got a lot of butterflies with darts in them in my apartment, so I'm good at it.
All right. Do you have any more?
Let's see. I'll throw out one more here that I think is a possibility. Is I threw a couple of bucks in the Best Supporting Actress category on Dolly De Leon from Triangle of Sadness, who is plus 1,000. I saw this film.
Is that the one that died?
I mean, are we a spoiler show?
No, the actress in the Triangle of Sadness.
Oh, no.
Died.
No. She's the one who's
August,
alive.
Yeah.
She's the one who's alive. The one who died did not generate any awards buzz, though she was very good in the movie, and R.I.P.
Yeah, for sure.
But Dolly De Leon, she's got a real Oscar-y couple of scenes at the end. I saw this in a movie theater. Her performance plays really well to a crowd. So, and also juicy odds, plus 1,000. I threw $5. Don't break the bank on her. But so those are my like big underdog picks that I threw some money on.
So Pat, I'm going to try to go quick with this, but
go for it.
I've got some Colin Farrell money. I've got some Daniels money. I've got some more Colin Farrell money, some more Daniels money. That's from Bovada. I'd put like $30 on last week. And so I got your bet. I got your free play money.
Okay.
And I tried to play through it, just betting on sports today and yesterday. And you know what? If I never do this, but I played through it. And so the money became real. So much so that the money was real. I hadn't even taken I hadn't even taken half the money out of the free play.
Wow.
I've already played all through it. And so I kept playing and playing. And Pat, I have already put $250 today on bets. And I also have $200 left in my account and $60 of free play left.
So you're the wealthiest you've ever been.
I am so wealthy. I cannot take the money out because it requires a 3-day sit period. And so I was like, fine, I'll just keep playing. And I just kept winning and winning.
Wow.
And
all right, so joke's on them.
Let's talk about where I put some money. Huh?
Yeah.
All right. We got I did put $25 on Janelle James.
Okay.
My friend,
your buddy.
My tenant. My old tenant. And to win $200 because I had to. I had to. If she wins this, we will both win it. Okay. And then I put I just maxed out a bunch of things.
Okay.
I maxed out Michelle Yeoh to win Best Actress. At the Academy Awards for plus 200, even though I've got plus 400 money on her already. I maxed out Colin Farrell for Best Actor at the Academy Awards. It's $25 to max out these three categories. And then I maxed out Tar. Kate Blanchett, Tar.
Right.
At minus 250. Mega favorite.
Okay.
For the Golden Globes, and max out was $62.50 to win $25. I guess for every category, pretty much the max is $25. If you stand to make more than $25,
right.
And it's whatever the money you need to bet to make $25 if it's a favorite.
Yeah.
So I then maxed out Jamie Lee Curtis to win at the Globes, and I maxed out $10 on Shell. I maxed out Everything Everywhere All at Once to win the Critics' Choice Awards Best Picture.
Okay, so you were throwing money everywhere today.
I put $10 on Brendan Fraser to win for The Whale at the Golden Globes. $10 on Everything Everywhere All at Once, Critics' Choice Acting Ensemble. I don't even know what this category is.
Sounds like a Critics' Choice category.
I got $20 on Jamie Lee Curtis, Best Supporting Actress at the Academy Awards. I went crazy. I went.
I love it,
and I had such a fun day.
I love it. There's nothing more fun than just throwing money at celebrities. It's a great way to spend your time.
It's like, I know I can't take it out, and I know it's just like money in your account is stupid and dangerous. And so I was just like, I just wanted to put it all in my Golden Globe bank account.
Yes. It'll make watching the show more fun. And
Also,
isn't that the great thing about gambling? Is it just makes the things you're watching fun.
It's the same with any drug. It just makes the thing you're watching fun.
Oh, it's great.
So Lyra Smith and I, it's our 10-year anniversary on the 14th.
Oh, congratulations.
We've got a big night planned. It's going to be expensive. This Golden Globes, that's my anniversary money. So if if Austin Butler ends up taking it all, we'll eat in.
Oh. But you know what? I just give her a gift of some free play cash. Why not? That's a nice anniversary.
You can't transfer money on BetUS like you can Bovada and my bookie. I know.
Oh, well, you could show it to her. Show her the account and tell her that amount is yours. So, Nick, why don't we, because the Globes is next Tuesday. It's a huge award show. I got all the categories in front of us. Putting the lines aside, why don't we just go through some of the big categories and each of us give our actual predictions of just who we think is going to win next Tuesday. So I got in front of me right now the big one, Best Picture Drama. The nominees are Avatar: Way of Water, Elvis, Steven Spielberg's Fabelmans, Tar, Top Gun: Maverick. Who do you think is going to win that one?
I mean, I guess it's the Fabelmans. It's a movie I haven't seen, so it's like really hard to say it can't win.
Right.
When I don't know.
Right.
And you're going to say Top Gun, and I'm going to go, what the fuck? And we're going to move on.
I'm going to say something else that'll make you say, what the fuck? I'm picking Elvis. I think Elvis wins this. It's the Globes.
Well,
they're nuts. They're nuts.
I don't.
They're nuts.
I hope this happens, so you and Clayton can feel smart one day this year.
Finally.
All
right. Okay. Best Picture, Musical or Comedy. Nominees are Babylon, The Banshees of Inisherin, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Glass Onion and Knives Out Mystery, and Triangle of Sadness. I mean, I'll say my pick here, Everything Everywhere All at Once. I think it's slam doink.
I agree. I think it's a slam doink.
Yep.
It's a doinky doink.
A doinky doink. Well, I don't know if we may have a doinky doink in the next category too. Best Actress in a Motion Picture Drama.
Doinky doink.
Cate Blanchett, Olivia Colman, Viola Davis, Ana de Armas, Michelle Williams. Let's say it at the same time. The winner will be
Ana de Armas.
Whoa. All right. You got to stick to it.
I'm kidding. It's going to be Cate Blanchett, but I will tell you, the person that I have been hearing about the most in this category.
Okay.
And I have been hearing about them every week. I read, there's an article I see about this person, Michelle Williams. She is, whatever PR person she has now is the most expensive one she has ever had. And, it's probably being paid for by the studio because there's a full court press on this. And what's weird about the Fabelmans full court press is that it does not include Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
He is, when I picture Steven Spielberg, he's like a black and white photo. I do not see this person. I do not hear about this person. And he's too big of an entity to like be sitting this out. It's like, it's hurting everybody.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, he's got 2 Oscars and he's probably won a bunch of Globes. He's got so many awards. I think for him, he doesn't want to look petty by campaigning. Whereas Michelle Williams, she's 0 for 4 at the Oscars. Like, she's dying.
She's going for it.
Yeah, she wants it.
She is hardcore third place right now.
Yes. In the Oscars race. Yeah.
I think Oscar money, whatever it is on her, the odds must be dope. Put money on her.
Yeah.
Because I think she's a possible upset. And, we feel like we know what's going to happen. And buddy, the award season has not even started.
No. I mean, listen, this time last year, Nicole Kidman was probably the favorite to win the Academy Award. And we all know how that turned out. So you don't know anything yet. But I think we both know Cate Blanchett is going to win all the Best Actress awards.
All right, what's next?
Best Actor in a Motion Picture Drama. Your nominees are Austin Butler for Elvis, Brendan Fraser, The Whale, Hugh Jackman, Bill Nighy, and Jeremy Pope for The Inspection. So
yeah, I believe that Austin Butler has taken over first place in the projections. Is that correct? He's got the best odds.
Yes, he is now, and it looks like Brendan Fraser is even, and Austin Butler is the favorite.
Yeah, and of course I'm an EE. No Elvis ever.
Okay.
And so I'm not putting any money on anybody attached to this project.
Wow.
Because this project is a turkey. And you are about to fuck around and find out. You done been fucking around. It's time to find out.
You know what? A lot of people said that about Bohemian Rhapsody, and that turkey carved up a lot of Oscars in its
I didn't
day.
say it about that. I said that movie's going to win.
All right.
I didn't have a podcast. See, there's no way to know that I didn't.
Well, listen, it must be Thanksgiving year round for me because I'm going with the turkey. I'm going with Elvis. Austin Butler. Give me a turkey leg there. I think he's going to win. This kid's got it.
I think that the movie Elvis is a lot like Graceland. You go see it and you're like, what? This is it?
I haven't been, but I've heard it's lovely.
Well, it's very tiny.
So next category. Oh, and so who do you think is going to win that one then? You think it's Brendan Fraser, The Whale?
I have my money on Brendan Fraser. So
okay.
That's what I think is going to win. I do think, yeah, you're right. The money doesn't matter. I do think he's going to win.
Okay.
Because I think that's what the Golden Globes needs to heal.
Is that spanking of a
no, they just need
who doesn't
that
go.
Other guy. He's fucking out. They don't even the body that controls the award shows is fucking out. It's a new day, and the ultimate way to prove to everyone that you have clean house is to give the award to Brendan Fraser,
or to just give it to Elvis.
Well, Elvis, that would make me sad. What's next?
Best Actress in a Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy. The nominees are Leslie Manville for Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris, Margot Robbie, Anya Taylor-Joy, Emma Thompson, and Michelle Yeoh for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Nick, do you think there's a slam doink amongst those names?
I think it's the slammiest.
Mm-hmm.
It's the moons over my hammiest, slammiest doink that we've seen in the Golden Globes.
Yeah, I agree. It's got to be Michelle Yeoh. Got to be. She's the co-favorite to win the whole thing.
It's nuts. There's nobody else that's even in real consideration for any of these awards.
No.
She's she's in a kiddie pool.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. By herself. I don't think she's letting any of the other nominees in the pool. So
no. Margot Robbie's like pleading with her. She's like, I produced it too, but she still can't get in.
Yeah. Listen, she vomited in a movie. You're not going to win a Golden Globe vomiting in a movie. Come on.
No. Sorry, Triangle of Sadness.
So, Best Actor in a Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy. Your nominees are Diego Calva from Babylon, Daniel Craig, Adam Driver from White Noise, Colin Farrell, Banshees, and Ralph Fiennes from The Menu. I put some money on Ralph Fiennes, but obviously, I think the winner here is Colin Farrell for Banshees.
I have maxed out on Bovada and Bet US Golden Globes, Colin Farrell, because that was like my first money.
Yeah.
It's just, it's like Michelle Yeoh. It's like, this fucking category is a joke.
It's a joke.
If you're one of the people who's in serious consideration for the other category, and then they put you in the special class.
Right. It's a joke. It's a joke.
It's a joke.
It's a joke.
They shouldn't
Musical
have
or
this.
Comedy. It's a joke.
So many award shows are combining like best actor and actress into one category, and this award show still spreads it out into 4 fucking categories, and it's insane.
Yeah, they'll expand it to 6 next year. They'll find a way.
There's a second tier of awards.
Yeah, well, you got to give the voting tiers their own best actor category to vote on. So, best supporting actress in a motion picture. The nominees are Angela Bassett from Black Panther, Carrie Condon from Banshees, Jamie Lee Curtis, Everything Everywhere, Dolly De Leon, Triangle of Sadness, Carey Mulligan, She Said. Nick, who do you think is going to win this one?
I have to think that shit, I had it up. Here we go. Yeah, so I also, as you could tell from what I said earlier, I've put a bunch of money on Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yes.
And so I know that Carrie Condon is the favorite here, but I do not believe she's going to win. I do believe Jamie Lee Curtis is going to win because, like I said about Michelle Williams, Jamie Lee Curtis she's just winning PR wise.
Yes.
She's everywhere and she's lovely.
Yes. I think she's going to win here.
And she's experienced trauma.
She is, listen, she's a vet. She's been beloved in Hollywood for 40 years. She's the original Scream Queen. I think she's going to win here. I think it'll be a different story at the Oscars as we get closer. I think Carrie Condon's got a better chance there, but I think Jamie Lee Curtis is going to win the Globes. Yeah. Also, she's presenting, like Jamie Lee Curtis is one of the first celebrities who came out and said, yeah, I'll be on stage at the Globes. I'll do that. And I think that's going to count for something.
Oh, yeah, I'm okay. So I guess I wasn't thinking about how this would be something people didn't want to do. But yes, obviously that's true. But there's so many people doing it and it's being so fully embraced that I don't really feel that anymore.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, if you look at who's doing it, you're still not getting like George Clooney and Julia Roberts and Denzel. You're not getting like the tippy top. You've got Quentin Tarantino, who's a big star, but he's also a guy who's like known for sort of thumbing his nose at doing things that people say he shouldn't do. So I think you still got a busy guy. He's a busy guy.
I know he's busy because he bought the fucking Vista, which is the movie theater around the corner from my house, in 2020, and it is still not reopened.
Well, he's got a lot of movies. He's working on it.
Yeah, he's working on the New Beverly.
You'll see him out there with a sledgehammer soon enough. He'll be working on it. But yeah,
just tearing it down. He's gonna put up a car dealership.
Well, no, he's gonna rebuild it, but from scratch.
Argentinos.
So I think Jamie Lee Curtis is gonna win this, and she's gonna present, and I think the Globes loves her. But next category, Best Supporting Actor in a Motion Picture. The nominees are Brendan Gleeson for Banshees, Barry Keoghan also for Banshees, Brad Pitt for Babylon, Ke-Huy Quan for Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Eddie Redmayne for The Good Nurse. And you could hear the Ke-Huy Quan.
Anyway,
but yeah, Eddie Redmayne. Anyway, I think it's Ke-Huy Quan. Everything Everywhere All at Once. Is this a slam doink? Does Brendan Gleeson have any shot?
No, it's a slam doink because Brendan Gleeson is like, not only is he a victim to fucking Short Round's 40-year comeback, but he's a victim of Barry Keoghan. Everyone loving Barry Keoghan so fucking much.
Yes. It's vote
like
splitting.
Sucks because Barry Keoghan's never gonna win, but all he's gonna do is drag down Brendan Gleeson, and it's fine because Brendan Gleeson's done a lot of great work, and this is not his best.
Well, and it's also, this is a thanks for coming. The nomination is the award here. What I'm curious about is Brendan Gleeson knows that Barry Keoghan is sucking votes from him. Is there going to be tension between them at the ceremony? Because like Brendan Gleeson is probably like, this fucking guy, leave me alone. Stop getting nominated. Let me be nominated on my own. Like, buzz off.
I think that Brendan Gleeson has made it.
Okay.
And I think Brendan Gleeson enjoys I feel like Brendan Gleeson enjoys people's success. He's got his more successful son.
Got it.
And he kind of sees Barry Keoghan in that light now. He's like, I could have another son who's like, who I help like become this incredible thing while still maintaining my own incredible career, Oscar nominated.
Okay, so you don't think it's like an Oedipal thing? He hates his son because the son is trying to bang his the mom. It's
a
not one of
possibility.
those. Okay.
It's a possibility. I don't think he
Yeah.
hates him because he's trying to have sex with his mom, but I do think the success might be.
Right.
I understand. I think you can be Oedipal without the literal interpretation.
Well, I think in this interpretation, the Golden Globes and the Oscars, that's the mom. You know what I mean? So it's like,
I see, but
very
Domhnall
cute.
Gleeson is not winning awards.
well, but in this
The popcorn
scenario, Keoghan, Barry Keoghan, is now his son.
And also famously, one of Domhnall Gleeson's most famous lines in the movie is in About Time with Rachel McAdams, where he looks deeply into Bill Nighy's eyes and says, "My dad." Something that Lyra and I repeat to each other every day of our lives.
And then his next line was he looked at Bill Nighy and he said, "You will not win the Oscar."
Well,
Gio, you have no
I
chance."
think he was really saying that in his head to his dad.
There's so
not
much
to the actor Bill Nighy.
There's so much going on there, but
all right, yeah, we got to wrap this up. What else is there?
All right, let's just go through a few more big ones. Best Director, Motion Picture. The nominees are James Cameron for Way of Water, the Daniels for Everything Everywhere All at Once, Baz Luhrmann for Elvis, Martin McDonagh, Banshees, and the Forgotten Man, Steven Spielberg for The Fabelmans.
I have no reason to think that Steven Spielberg can't win it.
I feel like he's not been campaigning and the movie's been underwhelming. And I'm going to continue going full batshit globes, and I'm going to say Baz Luhrmann's winning Best Director on Tuesday.
That's dumb. Okay, Best Screenplay.
Let's see. Screenplay. Your nominees are Todd Field for Tar, the Daniels for Everything, Martin McDonagh, Banshees, Sarah Polley for Women Talking, and Steven Spielberg and some guy named Tony Kushner for The Fabelmans.
Never heard of him.
This feels like an Everything Everywhere win for the Daniels. That's where I'm leaning on this. I feel like Martin McDonagh's won this before. Sarah Polley, that movie has just not had any traction. I don't know. I'm going Daniels, and honestly, my second thought is maybe Todd Field for Tar. But what do you think?
I mean, this is really interesting, because it's like without any knowledge of anything, you just think Martin McDonagh is going to win a screenplay competition.
Right.
Because he's just one of the best writers of a generation.
Right.
But and I don't know why he's not more of a favorite. And that's the reason I'm not saying it's him, even though I'm like baffled by it. Because the movie is nominated for everything. The actors are nominated for everything in every category. And but they're like, oh, but the guy, one of the greatest, funniest writers of movies, he's got no shot.
Right.
Doesn't make any sense.
I think it's just because he's won before, and for I don't know. I do agree with you. He obviously, you would think should be a favorite, but I don't think he really has a chance. I think
I'm going with the Daniels.
Yeah.
I really think that because whatever the lines as they are speculative, and then once the Golden Globes are over and the Critics' Choice, actually the Critics' Choice is more important to me as in terms of who wins, correlating with who's going to win other competitions down the line. So we'll have another episode before the Critics' Choice Awards, and we'll be able to focus more on that next week. But I'm going with the Daniels, and that's the last big category. We got to talk about a little. I mean, we're at an hour. This is
madness.
It's madness. We spoke too long. But very quick. Let's do a deep dive.
Very quickly.
3 minutes. Let's do a deep dive into Glass Onion, Knives Out 2.
All right. Well, here's the thing. This movie isn't really going to be a factor in the awards race. So it's could go
a factor in the awards race. Daniel Craig is up for Best Actor or Best Supporting Actor in
Best Actor in a Comedy. Yeah.
In a comedy. No, Best Actor in a Comedy.
Best Actor, he's the lead. He's the guy. He's a detective.
No chance. He's in an ensemble. He's gonna try to win Best Actor over.
He's not no chance. And he was great. Well, I mean, let's start.
But he was the only. Sorry, but he was the only actual person in any race. so far?
Um,
There's only so many nominees that have been announced, but he's the only actor or any entity in that got JJ Abrams, whoever the fuck made that goddamn movie, Ryan Adams,
Ryan Johnson. You got it. You got there. Ryan Johnson, yeah, he didn't get any awards buzz. He may get a screenplay nomination at the Oscars. I mean, first off, I like this movie a lot. I recommend it. I saw it in a movie theater because I'm a coastal elite and I get to do things like that, even for Netflix movies. I suggest watching this. I mean, did you like this movie?
I loved it, man. It's so fun. And it's not a serious movie. Like, whatever. It doesn't need to be, this is a movie that you're supposed to watch and have a lot of fun.
Right.
And it's a celebrity parade.
Yep.
And everyone's doing a great job, and there's some fun twists, and there's some plot stuff that you see coming too far away, and there's some confusion, but ultimately it's just like such a fun popcorn movie, and it is a shame that Netflix didn't have any respect for it, and I did not get to see it in the movie theater because I know your opinion because I've listened to the BO Boys and you've discussed it at length, and you share that opinion.
Yeah, it should have gotten a full theatrical release. It would have made $150 million, been a huge hit, probably been a bigger Oscar contender if it had gotten a full theatrical release and made $150 million. It would have so much more buzz.
I think it's clear that this year streamers are not below unless it got the release. It's tough this year.
Yes, there really isn't a Netflix movie that has any chance. It's like they're trying to pretend Pinocchio is going to be some big awards.
So fun, but it did too many things. Well, I don't know. We'll talk about that. I don't know. Well, we'll
do 2 hours on White Noise at some point for sure.
Yeah.
I got a lot of White Noise takes.
I'm having so much fun, because I didn't watch any of these movies, and I am watching like an Oscar movie every night. And
it's great. It's nothing better than Oscar movies, but Glass Onion is so fun. And here's who I'll point out in this is a guy that I've been pushing for years, Dave Bautista.
He just exited Marvel.
Yeah. Well, he's got the Guardians final movie coming out in the spring, his big swan song.
Already made. Yeah.
He's got the M. Night Shyamalan Knock at the Cabin Door coming out in a month, which I think is going to be huge. And he's so good in Glass Onion. This guy is got the light comic touch for a big man. He's great.
Yeah. He's so great. He's been great in everything.
Yeah.
And as we all know, I went to the official movie premiere for Stuber.
Oh, did you?
Uh-huh. And
did that have any Oscar nominations? I forgot.
It had several.
Okay.
For secret categories.
Yeah.
Fastest driven Uber.
Yeah. Well, they did change the telecast, so they don't give all the awards out on TV. So Stuber just happens to be in the categories they give out in the commercials.
I felt Kumail's big muscles last week at a holiday party, and I'm still thinking about it.
Wow.
There's just no one else that feels like that. You don't get to touch someone like that.
Well, not usually,
unless it's like someone you've
group.
known for like when they were little chunky.
Yeah. Our friend group doesn't have that many muscle men in it.
Not that many Marvel bodies in.
Yeah.
But it's so funny when Kumail made that movie because he was also an Uber driver in the Emily movie. What's the movie? The movie he made with it's his story with Emily.
Oh yes, the Big Sick.
The Big Sick, yeah. And so he's an Uber driver in that. In his next movie, he's an Uber driver, and it worked for him. He did not get pigeonholed as an Uber driver.
No, good for him. De Niro famously after Taxi Driver, he would not play any more taxi drivers because he didn't want that to be his thing.
And he wouldn't pick me. He wouldn't give me a ride when we were working on a movie together.
Yeah. Well, because of the whole, he didn't want to get pigeonholed.
Yeah. And I was like, but no one even knows. Like,
this
isn't a movie. I'm going to have to walk home. It's 25 miles.
He can't get pigeonholed. Sorry, Nick. So Glass Onion. It's one of those things with a comedy. It really is hard to say anything more than, is it funny or is it not funny? And this was super fun. Ed Norton was great. You know, every couple of years he reminds you, is like, oh yeah, that's right, that guy is a good actor. And this is one of those years where he did that.
He's like taking a break from being in movies I watch.
Yeah, but then he's in this, and it's like, oh, the guy is a movie star.
All right, let's get the hell out of here, Pat.
All right, let's do it. Do we any more sponsors? Have we read all our sponsors?
Oh no. Join the Patreon, patreon.com/GetRichNick. Hit us up on the Discord. There's a movie TVs channel on the SGPN Discord. Hit us up there. I asked a question there today. You want to know what it was? Hit it up, baby.
I might have to go visit. I'm curious.
All right. We love you. I love you. Check out this show next week. Watch the Golden Globes.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. Bye.